Now, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be an extremely crazy video that I have for you guys. So since I researched, edit, recorded, uploaded for you guys, all I ask in return is for you to hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. First of all, you guys let me know in the comments who you're voting for, the Chiefs or the Eagles for the Super Bowl. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure to enjoy it with your family. Let's move on. So we have a lot of important stuff coming out this week. One of them being CPI data. This comes out Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. So 1 hour before market open. February 14th, CPI data comes out. It is going to either tank the market or have it go into an extreme market rally. So be very, very careful with the trades you try to make on Monday going into Tuesday if you do trade overnight. Now, other things that are going to steer the market is uncertainty with war, right? Canada has shot down an unidentified flying object over its territory, and this is following up that whole Chinese spy balloon issue. And speaking of that, China claims it's tracking an unidentified object over Port City, and unidentified objects are detected in Montana as well. Following that up, the United States has closed a part of Montana's airspace and has just sent out F-15 fighter jets. Last but not least, according to Mark Spitz, the market is heading for a tinderbox time bomb. He says that will be worse than the 1929 market crash. Now, SPY trading in this parallel channel, we've already touched on it. I'm watching to see what it's going to do Monday and especially Tuesday once that CPI data comes out. If Tuesday closes red, one thing I've learned trading options is to play the trend, whether that's on other stocks or whether that's on the general market as a whole. You can play calls on the VIX. None of this is financial advice, but again, guys, if CPI data comes out bad and the SPY decides it wants to tank even further, I'm going to be watching a new low on the SPY, and I think it's pretty safe to say that you can play puts at any moment during a bear market going forward, because if the SPY does start to tank, it's going to freak a lot of people out, and institutions are going to be first on this move. Now, here's something important. Do you guys remember Bank of Montreal disclosing their ownership of AMC, 26,950 shares? I made a video about it a little bit recently. Now, a lot of people are wondering, lottery stocks, people are freaking out about Bank of America owning calls, but they own the same amount of puts on AMC. Well, why is this even being brought up? Well, guys, dig a little bit deeper. The firm currently holds call options representing 2,369,600 of underlying shares valued at 9,644,272 USD and put options representing 229,300 of underlying shares valued at 933,251,000 USD. Now take a look at this. Their put options represent 229,300 shares valued at 933 million plus. This comes out the exact equation to $4,070 a share. We recently made a video on the 13F filing that came out on Bank of Montreal disclosing their ownership of AMC at 26,950 shares at a value of $109,957,000, which came out to $4,080 a share. Don't you think it's a little weird how AMC's price has started to come down and now Bank of America owns all of these put options and it's at $4,070 a share after AMC's price came down? What did it come down from? Because the 13F ownership on Bank of Montreal was 4,080. Now, it's not the same glitch. It's not the same number. You're also looking at a 13F filing, and you're looking at Bank of Montreal and Bank of America. Very, very major. There's not glitches happening here. We are not being shown an actual price on AMC. This is why it's very important to dig a little deeper. You might be asking, well, you know, they own calls, they own puts, they're just hedging themselves. But take a look at the price they're betting on, what the value is actually valued at. This is something major to pay attention to. Before we continue with more important AMC stuff, guys, make sure to use my link in the comments or the description down below to download Muma on your phone or computer and get up to 15 free stocks. All you guys have to do is download it, open an account, and deposit $1 in there, and you will start getting free stocks from there. Plus, you get a bunch of free stuff that you have to pay for on other platforms like level 2 order book data and free stock screeners, etc., etc. Plus, your money's FDIC insured. That link will be in the comments or in the description. Now, Adam Aaron put out a tweet. Yesterday, I tweeted an M by mistake, but many of you thought I was being less candid in the denial, and the M must have meant something. Nope, just a tweeting error. But today, I'm tweeting this, and it does mean something. Why? Now, pay attention. Again, look a little deeper. He puts why, but he puts 4 to 5 spaces right in front of it. Now, people are coming out with their tinfoil hats, and you let me know what you think in the comments down below. Why with 5 spaces in front of it looks like Disney? This is one of the tinfoil hat theories. They may be doing some sort of merger or acquisition with Disney. And the second tinfoil hat theory is this: Y equals yes if the issue is subject to mandatory closeout requirements of regulation SHO. You know, AMC has been on the threshold list for about 7 consecutive days. This is the second tinfoil hat. You guys let me know in the comments what you think down below. Following this up, the CEO of GNS, who has been fighting against naked short selling, tweeted at Adam and quoted one of his tweets and goes, "We should talk." Now, whether you think this CEO is doing something right or he's doing something wrong, GNS is up where it's trading at, up over 1,270% in less than 1 month. Do you guys think that Adam Aaron should talk with the CEO of GNS? Of course, it couldn't hurt anybody as long as he doesn't necessarily do anything, but there are a lot of talks about GNS being, you know, with Citadel behind the scenes, this and that. However, the same thing goes for AMC, right? People on the board of directors we're all confused about. There's just major conflicts of interest, and it all goes to show that numbers do not lie. GNS is up over 1,200%. You let me know in the comments what you think about this down below, and do you think Adam will actually talk to him? Now, I thought this was a very interesting perspective, and I want to read it to you guys. Number one, according to recent filings, it seems a certain short hedge fund and friends have inadvertently provided exit liquidity for a number of institutions who will now have been shorting AMC, GameStop, and number two, some of these institutions have either gone long, increased longs, or now neutral on AMC and GameStop, which is bullish. We know certain SHFs are cash-strapped, i.e. loans, withdrawal restrictions, having to trap into reverse repo markets, etc. Nothing says insolvent like boasting over huge returns in directionless market, and then there is securities sold not yet purchased. Make no mistake, short market making is a cash cow. Unfettered FTDs and market makers exemptions, largely mismarked naked shorting, and non-bona fide MM and OTC markets provides untold wealth. Well, it's untold in USA, but established offshore. So the burning question of the day: how long can reverse repo market loans and short market making keep them going? It's kept them going longer than I thought. The music will stop. It always does. Be patient. Meanwhile, we can be confident that they will dig themselves in deeper, which drives price action down. Remember, all shorts are longs in this case, since ape investigators know where the bodies are all buried. All shorts will be very expensive longs. Question: can this come to an end before they self-destruct? Yes. Short hedge funds could ask DTC, SEC brokers, and rehypothecating conspirations to offer a settlement. It's unprecedented, but so is this situation. This could facilitate a settlement and avoid market disruption, as this handful of SHFs are in an extremely vulnerable situation since so many other institutions have closed/covered their shorts. If any one of these institutions feel the need to shore up their balance sheet quickly, they could recall their shares. Vanguard and or BlackRock hold these short hedge funds in their palm of their hands. Short hedge funds now live in fear of it's not personal, it's business. Vanguard and BlackRock could become the champions of 5 to 10 million investors and their families and become proud new owners of market-making businesses. This could facilitate a controlled squeeze and avoid a huge market disruption, market crash. Short hedge funds get margin calls. This is the least desirable, but most likely. Why least desirable? Financial markets are already vulnerable and on the knife's edge. Not a good time for another huge disruption where taxpayers and pension funds will bear the brunt of SHF folly. But here we are. Who will show leadership and shepherd this is to a reasonable conclusion? Getting possibly 10 million investors to agree will be difficult, but not impossible. Very interesting. All short hedge funds are just very, very powerful longs. That is a very good perspective to look at it. Plus, if you lend out your shares, you can recall them at any time. Vanguard and BlackRock has these shorts in the palm of their hands and can help trigger a controlled squeeze going forward. Following that up, Bank of Brazil now allows citizens to pay taxes using crypto, which is pretty sick in my opinion. And we have a very important earnings week this week, which we will be touching on more in Discord. If you're not in Discord, get in the Discord down below. What are you guys waiting on? Now, to close out the video, guys, Bed Bath & Beyond, keep an eye on this for the rest of the week. This has an absurd amount of pressure on short sellers. Over 18 million fails to deliver. Cost to borrow over 330%. No shares available to borrow across the board on this. And the only thing they have is their little liquidity fairies, these market makers, to pile on short exempts to stop Bed Bath & Beyond from flying. Not only that, but look at the options chain. So many calls are being bet compared to the put side of things. Keep BBBY on your radar, and if you want to talk more back and forth with me and about other stocks, make sure to be in the Discord, linked in the description down below. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Don't forget to get your 15 free stocks. Like the video on your way out, share the video, subscribe. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.